Joe Abusia me man krankrabia akwaba biom at the bad spiritual wadumedie. So we are going to talk about the most important topic for every African or for every black man. We are going to talk about MOOR, TARTAR, and coming of the white witching. That's what we are going to talk about. But Mebabe exposit three most important words and our topic that every African needs to understand. That is the MOOR, TARTAR. Then I will hit on the cuckoo can. These three things, eyadia obibini biara, ehia se obenye mu nimdie na wate ase na ode anante. If you feel these people came to corrupt your culture, your food, your spirit, or your strength, then you are limited. They corrupted almost everything. How you even plant your things, how your energy runs, how your frequency runs, how your vibration runs. They corrupted everything from A to Z. But here I am going to pick these three strong, important keys. Na menewo akum. When you use the internet or you use AI right now, they will give you a bit of information about these three strong keys I just used. But I want us to understand something I do here. I challenge everything whitewash. Everything dogma, everything doctrine. And I am not limited to church. That is why everybody will be talking about Moses' mother was this and Moses' father was this. But Maame Grace will talk about who Moses' mother is, where he came from, the bloodline. I take you deep. When you Google on the internet, they will give you what will confirm the wash they want to do to you as an African. But when I sit here to teach, I delve into your ancestral line. I sit on your DNA and I drive on the silver cord just to download issues or informations that you need. So I hit that memory, that grand phoenix that is being silenced in your system. Me hate no. Na me nyane no, na me de na fa kwan bi so. That is why you hear everybody talking this internet knowledge. But what you hear here is pure downloads. If it is from book, I tell you. If it is, I reference you to where I pick some of the information from. But when I tell you it is download, then it is download. For the past 2 weeks here, where you I'm going to run with you on my silver core through to your own DNA, and I'm going to have a discussion with you about your energy, your spirit, and as a black man, what exactly you are. And then I will expose to you the conflict, the war, at the kupotia, a day in Tokwa. Abesia bi before, and Tokwa biya wunu wiasia, a soon chada, a yadia bako, and a ye prehu, the liquid that sits in your pineal gland. What did I say? I said the liquid that sits in your pineal gland. I have taught you about brain chambers. So when you hear brain, adwene nankasa ye machine ewo niyama bebre adwene wa kwa bebre obiya wobi. But there is that one particular point that Africans have that carries a particular liquid. Ankrofo we intia se da the intia be before ne was no. And I'm telling you, that crystal plate or that important liquid, ye ba ko pe e na aka wo bibini hange wo so no eno ne wo ya uhu e wo wiase nyina. And that is what I'm going to expose to us today. Today's episode is very important to me, and next week episode is going to be more important to us. So I want us to pay attention to what we are going to discuss today. We are getting into witchcraft. And when you hear me getting into witchcraft, then it's not going to be anything shallow. We are going to delve deeper. Don't forget who I am. Today we are talking about MOOR, TARTAR, and coming of the white witching. That's the topic. Many of my followers remember when I briefly explained what a white witch is in my previous editorial about colorized spirituality. We've done that episode. It's still on this platform. So one sha, we should episode where we are. Try and go and watch it so you are able to get deeper understanding of what I'm about teaching. This week, I had a conversation with someone. Deep. And it hit me that I promised to talk in detail about this particular topic. The only thing that is disturbing my head is that menstrual video. No? That video, I don't know what it is suffering, but it means one day when the earth is balanced, we will show you. When I started talking about the flood, I told you, say na me person make baby, but the na assassin in balance, ni frequency no enye. Inti na me to me share atade color, ese me to me share na me delve into that message. So be akai, me kan no wie ye chire na insu tokese ne ba ye be yiri nipa. Ye me dina nkan tro say we be see because we are not happy seeing evil. But me fa sebe nyansa kasa so anam panin kasa e ka chire wo dia eba. I also told you that this year no obi de ukakora enkodan ne ka. So obetumi aboa obi a boa obi na yemboa boa ye ho na yen save souls ni yempa aduane ndi ma yen kotwetwe sika ye kotwetwe sika bibi betumi akare ye ndi akọ. I gave you all these informations and san nsuo kase yi to ya oyene a enti sei e de beto ye ya to ye nwie ye no ye ntumi antiti gata ni mu anse nsuo nato be nsuo ni to wie ni ye titi agu gata no nkonkon so. Say nsuo no 1 year no na ni nyina asa akogum biom na to we are here ye twen ne ya hye say next year nsuo no to a emba na so me nya ba time boni nti me we hye say de si ye no ensansi biom sankanya ne sa na mo ye fa nu ensi wansa me di kan keka niama bi kirew na niama me keka kirew of late nyina no me pese wo dwene ho na wutu ho anamon na o me ye important so de ma so we ye bibini nko ade a Pauchopa. And so here we are. Boshana me share mo na maka bibia maka bia no meye pepepe aya emre na mehwehwe any balancing of we no because asase ni emotions ne the trauma enye okay a unye baby a chaos wo no na wo kotena na wadi asase ni emotions nye okay na ocean na nkasa nso aye chaotic nti enye sa mbre ni yekeka ekania mebi. And so yet was when the question is, why would you call yourself a white witch? Adentina uye bibini. Now friend who say a white witch. In fact, what is the meaning of a white witch? Adentina ubi a white witch. Adentina ema o witch or craft no. Eye white. As I say, witch ana wo craft no eye colorful ana. Eno na me pese me hwehwe. Ye nyina ya dwen akoba bi baako. Ena ye hate ho say Bible doctrines are sorry and I make no it goes beyond that. That's why I made a statement the other time that so I would say Bible now they snap bompire the same ship brought all of them and then we need time for that because me pese me drift from the mood na me woman and this has nothing against anyone using the label of white witch me say then we enyo obi a we label ne ho metumi aka say we label ne ho because enya ade ye wo ho nti se wo fato ho so a wo na wo label wo ho nti me pese obi ate ase say me need time or I'm not targeting anybody a we label no ho as a white witch. I want to make it clear. And like I always say, we are only learning. Enti e mo obi a wakofa title we abore ne ho embe dwene say me be waste me time any me precious abrabo wo ne ho da bi enye ho na meko. When a person says I am a white witch, what comes to mind? What is obi say or a white witch? What comes to mind? And what are they trying to introduce to you? So because or your white witch me de me ye bayi fita, me ye bayi koko, me ye bayi tuntum e bit chire mu. Ena me bisa no efiri he koko ni tuntum ni fita no ehi ena efiri ba in actual fact adenti no omu painti castles ni nyina omu painti ni white. Is there a particular reason for that? We are going to expose all this today. Me wa adamfu bi Dutch adamfu bi or ye sorcerer or say or no or ye green witch. Nana me bisa and say, how are you a green witch? And I say because you use herbs. So you use herbs who use color of the herbs no. And I will say a green witch because herbs are edwanya enye green biom. In fact, ahaban bia enye green. So does this make sense? But you see them all over coloring witchcraft. So I felt or feel we should put it on the table and do it. And then nobody can prepare your mind. You know, I am purely downloads. I am not dictionary, internet, or AI. Intimate information is always different. Ube to me, truth is what I'm telling you. And it's over to me, boy, and say, Obi, so a white witcher. At the point, I will introduce my white magic, black and white. What is it about? You can write it in the comment section. Share what you think in the comment section. But I presume that what they really meant to say is that they have a spiritual gift of witchcraft, but they use it for good things. They heal and protect people. A white witch. The little understanding they can, an explanation they can give is what I have just said. So when you are moving koma and tiasi omu wono na makachono, but is that what white witching about, or are they miscommunicating? Truthfully, se wo kofa bibi ato wo ho so a, apart from se wuti ni din na eye wo de no, me pacho wo de to wo ho so a, obetimi aye investigation kakra, obetimi awuremu kakra se wo that ability a na wahwe. Nti se omo ka sa asem we kire en se because omo be yie no omo de ye papa nti e na omo ya yen tie ni sen na yen fa ni sen. I have two people be in church when I was in church. And these two people, nim se menka, nkrofo mienu we omo wa asori we. Omo na me kwa asori a misuru omo pa. Me yosofo nyina sa nkrofo no. Nkrofo na de bia omo si asori dem ho. Omo no omo si asori dem omo kasa boko. Check what is keeping them there. Niame bi omo aye. And omo suro and omo akosa sorry them or just to cover themselves. That one group of people no. And another group of people so na misuro pa omo anu omo kasa kakra bi no osu. No quote scripture be su se si ahyew. Wo yes apa na me komachi. Omo ye de enkrofo a is a topic for another day. Maybe mechipi e de ahye we mu. Nti omo ka white witch e de no omo ka. Omo ka se omo de ne ye papa nti moni nim. Inti yenjin to mana nim ena omu nim abusia wo dwen say. I remember what I told someone kachirobi that in spirituality we see people who are always portraying a holy and pure character, labeling themselves as white witches, going to church, sweeping church compounds as the first suspect in using negative energy and spells to harm people. I'm saying this with confidence. Inti na nasa two groups no bisuru omo pa de bia omo no muni masoro kwa asem nyinara obi a waba asoro wo testimony omo ni nso omo de omo te ana omo te improvement bia emba omo abrabom omo ena omo wa asoro dem obi be man testimony no omo bo wa a testimony na nipa ne be wani nyina be say se asoro ne ye ma na obetena asoro wo na ota o kira ne to na ota na members ni nyina asofo na nkasa omo nim. I'm telling you, if you are a pastor and you are watching me, you take notice of this. Obi obaba bedi adanse wa asoro ho bia na nadwuma na say. Asoro ho betimi aye ma 50. 1 month no mu nyina akọ. The person is sitting right under your nose. I'm saying this with confidence. I've been in church. I'm an apostle. Say ye ka Bible school ni ade a. Unko bi nche mi. Ye ka gifts, ye ka se be prophetic gift. I'm telling you, you have zero eyes. Only 20% of the kind of eyes I have, even when I was in church. When you're bragging, because a lot of people saw me ministering, not in small churches, in actual fact. Nti we enya homaso but me ka bibi akiro na wo sofo wo so ma ka bibi akiro ende nti so ye sofo na wasore ne sofa obi bedi adanse na afekura no wasa enya problem na nipa ne ba na omukọ nipa ne ba de oye no te kwa eye wa ohwa ye kom na sore ne koso no wabo ebi nso chi omutu say no maka. I'm telling you, this is a spiritual something. I'm not going to drift from what I'm saying because it's too important for me. Sankrofo we de bia omo wa sore ho adekitu ebi no musu omo kasa ne boko wan hwe na uhia no woni fie voice odeto na beti na sorry dem more voice or the to anhwa obedwane san krofo we enso so ewo ho because you won't even suspect them. Their first defense is to tell and show people that they are blameless. Blameless angels openly. They be almost asoro obetumi quote scriptures no bu into unsusu ni poso obetumi aye bone. Boni bi ani omo ho. They be omo wasoro ho. Omo na bibi omo na omo boaboa ane. But that is not what we are here for today. Any medical church we can pick it one day. Now my expose it. Sometimes they need help. So omo be bro omo ho ase. Na ye teach you omo no so your problem mom. We are here to share our theories on white witches. What we think they are. And I'm here to expose to you. I don't have a problem, but open up and learn. So that we change him. Now we change him. A lot of people are confused about the setup they started with. So now, no, some are confused, some are suffering, some they don't actually know because almost sorry, they are in a confusing state. But a chronic ni pana jone form. Tidia obeton amo biano. Omo beto. So, and then I am here to expose this. You say, one so fra white witch, open up and learn. You need it. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. Now, first to subscribe to Jerome TV platform, no, BBR Jerome TV. We are trying to have our TV station and help those who cannot afford internet no mobile channel go phone no so any day can dey betumi aye ni say ye besisi ye 9 ye guso ye ne pepe until the best you can do is to subscribe, share with people, make sure people also subscribe. Na yetumi enyini abedru baby. If you are watching me and you can host a show, you can DM the page. Ye be frɛ wo na ya share how best I be empower chow misrew e ma wo hu ni nkekanwa me ko radio no mo kache me ko radio ni TV so no me papa bi kache me o se se unim se wo hu wa asem a hwe ni because eno no mo de ba be pia wo nyame adom na me hu kronje na even po time no mo treat me na me fi radio no so no na me pese me de me airtime no ma osofo obi okọ ba akopɛ no wantumi anko bi because omo de ne past asem na be tackle no wo phone call no so udwane one time enti mpacha wo ba check wo hu say we are not using you, you are coming to work. We don't use people, we groom people. Ti wo feel say wo betumi aya ese say omo running studio no no ye but me nkon concern me okro maf ne odo a me wo ma unti na ma expose we e de actual until you can actually DM the page and then you meet Dr. Kelly and Mr. Asabre. They will take you through the process. If you get a job here, we are happy. We started with you. We ask for the grace to end well with you. Let's continue. And then your witchy stuff, like we are in that mood. And to share it and let's get it to every corner of Africa and those who also need to, get through to us, now we get it through to us. We do justice to this. Those who are here to hate, share and delete themselves from the platform because you're busy, you need time for hatred. So people with a high frequency of carrying will join us as a family so we can get to where we need to get to, so we are able to liberate our continent. So we protect our energy to save our continent. Very important. Obi anyentu o de oba o ye enemy a share na wa delete wo afiri so na ekwemu ada ho me man krankra bi akwaba at the back spiritual hour with Maame Grace. Let me send love to two pearls bi conscious pearls. Omo etimi ehwe platform no so a na omo ehu say two watches no omo ni ho no matumi asha no mo say gold cocoa pots no so engu ho no mo enti let me send them love. Grocery King GH me send love e de ma wate e na kwaku bowie minim se ma boni ye nso so a wo so I send you love pa chopa many e wo mo so, and I am so happy that you are that intelligent that be small e call wrong cry you are able to pinpoint it or make it out. It means your energies are on the platform with me. I send you guys love. I appreciate you. This is Spiritual Hour. We are about to start. I believed you, I believed you, I believed you, and I send you love. I send you love. I send you love. I send you joy. I send you strength. I send you peace. Wherever you are watching me from, I send you that shoulder. I send you that help. Wipe away your tears. That strength. I send you that strength. I send you that light. I send you pure light. Mitsuma arecheche. Ede ba baby a wo na me pepa wani ase nsusu nisu. Na me soma ahoden foforo. Se me bonwura wo nemu ne mpagya wo nyina wo nanso de awokom bia. I send you love. I send you enidaso. And you, I send you light, pure light. I send you pure energies. I send you pure energies. I believed you. I believed you. I believed you. I do not bless you. I believed you. I do not bless you. I believed you. And I send you love. I wish you a nature day. And I welcome us to Spiritual Hour once again. On this platform, call me the goddess of Akabulan. I am the pride of our ancestors. They find pride in me because I'm speaking their mind. So they drop every particle of information through me to us. They smell through me. They hear through me. In fact, almost through me. I welcome us to another episode, and I wish you a nature day once again. We are discussing MOOR, TARTAR, and coming of the white witching. Eno, and I hear discussing. Me do be witchcraft kingdom nimu kakra. Na when we say abeyisem so. And also I wash. The reason why every African believe that before renam okunipa ntino ye time ni nyina ye di gu bronsam so no ye wasting most of the time no so ewo abayisem na abayisem no a ye waste time wo ho no eno no ma ye ne sen said ya moka se eye mu history e na ye bible no no mo de so eye no pe ne collapse mu entire system no anato se mo culture no mu bibia wom. I am picking the abayisem side no. Last week no be say no one say me say me na hell ye me dia woni be ye ni nyina bayifo wo wiase na me na me ye om queen ane so maka foforo mo fa ma om no mo post abusia me di kan ama wakwa aba e na ma kire wade aye beka. But the amiki ken nyina no to explain to you vividly about what white witches are. I have to talk to you about my theory of the fall of the melanated beings. Ansa na mema what is abayisam any obi ye white witch na se no. Adese me to me bona me be kire o se de ye bibifo ana nipa tuntum ehwe ase. Se sadie we enti ase amba wo ho a de ye nu beka bia be yeden. But senti ase we ba no bibini kura sori gina ho frɛ no ho so ye white witch a obedwim yenu obepopo agese nya bibini moja ene nante wo ne ho na mu pesa nkrankra bi ate ase. Because until we get here, until we get to this understanding, until we get to how everything migrated and changed, and the mimicking that has been going on, you're taking your maybe seriously. In this story, it says melanated beings had more than 1/3 eye. Making when you hear of crystal plate 12, and when you hear about Tower of Babel, ye jiri yegua na say ye kachira wo say heaven kura is built on crystals obibini ntimi nti ase na omo yusu asem say onyankopon ye kese wo soro ho oye kese wo asase so oye kese nsusu wo punimu na kire say wiase ahodo ene wo ho nti hwan mu na efiri punimu hwan mu no mo wo ocean no ase o say ensu yiri baye na bekata asase ni nyina so na nyankopon pagya no wa no ne hyen no e de kwa asase foforo so obibini eti wei na we preach wa so de no wo the way a obe explain. The question is asase ben and ensuo no bekata so no na asase ben ne besi so na adenti ni nyankopon ye kese wo soro ho no ye kese wo asase so no ye kese so wo punimu. Na che asase ni bi wo po ni mu. Na asase ni bi wo po ni mu dia ene na civilization bi wo ho. Omo di nsuo be kata so. Civilization ben. So bibini anti sa niama we nyina ase a yenum binumo. Ye beda ni enemies. We binumo eni so. Ane in this history and I'm actually no bibini were more than 1/3 eye, and in actual fact even 1/3 eye no po aka wo mutiri no according to science wo check obibini ba ne gland no na wo check oburuni ba gland na obibini ba gland no eso sen no na that 1/3 eye no also carries a kind of liquid. Na or tiny racism any or ku bebrebe ekoso wo wiase nyina a bible beba be ka kire wo se Cain ni Abel pe na no mo wa asase ni mu nansu Cain enya oba foforo wo ba bi okoye no eware no na asofo ne de buru wo ho no. The day you get to this knowledge or this understanding, that is when you realize that when they talk about Cain and Abel, they are talking about races, not about human beings. Until we get to this understanding, and this is what I'm here to expose to you. When you Google internet, what information it gives you will confirm what they want to do, because information on AI belongs to them. Information on the internet belongs to them. They are not stupid. But who Obibini, what are you doing to redeem yourself? Because you try, you know that there is a problem, you know that this is the way, but you are not able to succeed in that way to free yourself. You lack knowledge. Indeed, it didn't hide from you. Bible did not hide nothing from you. It's a lack of knowledge. My people perish indeed. And where is the knowledge? Where do you find it? If you want to do business, you get money. If you want power, I was telling somebody that before problem, and here the only thing they show is brands, cars, money, no? It's the way they distorted them. Omo distorti omo amomu be ye useless. Inti no omo fili nipa. Inti so omo nye sika sese they want to show say omo asebi. Omo be she chain akese, ebe kita bags akese. They don't pursue power. Real power is not exhibited anywhere. I'm not saying don't dress well, but because and now you want to show money on social media, you want to show cars on social media, you want to show house on social media. Real people show power, not what they have. What shred dia wo validation, but so we will to me show she ube huni pan manipa ni hu basa basa oba udo me na no wenya shock. That is reality. Obi ani wa ye adwuma real adwuma nya ni sika. Or this can be good social media da. You can actually do your findings. Asemba kwa na nado kan ya me wu akọ heaven am lewa come ancestors o sika mpedede. Sika mpedede o. Ha! Sika mpedede. Amafo da water bed so o. Ha? Who da sa China ball ya park you na dey come rescue so. You want to feel something. That's why you are doing that in actual fact. If you have, you don't talk. Ever mean see what before problems ni bi na me kire mo no. When we say oppress yenya to the level that animals were even higher than us. Inti yenya kwan na ye di ye ho na ye be assume power no. Ye ni so biribiri ye. Ti ye fi say ye pese ye show niama, but ye nim say niama na ye show ni no mo ye. We are rather making them rich. And when we show power, that is when we are able to create our own stuff. Then we are able to get to the bottom of the real knowledge, not the history day. Omo no mo tete mbipom. And no mo say before mo na titi cave no titi miaso. We will work on our silver cord. You can tag me anything you want. We are doing the real thing here. Ebusia dia me kan nyina ne say before akoni amam ya wash yanya bleaching yanya ama yen ankasepo. The confidence level in us no I get distorted into the third eye that we had now no bigger than we and na make us na liquid bi wom and na me san kire we said the war na ekoso bebrebe ni nyina one thing. And what is that one thing? Melanated beings have up to 12 crystal plates in their bodies that enable them to travel into many realms. I have said this before. Say ya na no or te ha no or yet say obetumi ewu 3 days awewu no No, sorry, 1 week. They were traveling in and out. Why? Because they are chakras. Now, obibini. Nka wo be friend said the 12 crystal plates, now it was intact. Into drop PBR, it's a realm you can access. Drop PBR, it's a realm, it's an access. And normal be breaking it down. Ebubu nukojo top. And normal reduce the other black and white because they've read you and they know you are left with just that one thing, that just that one liquid, and no they create all this war. And no, and they get me no get ye komuno. If you know what that liquid is, you can write it in the comment section. Unima, there wouldn't be about this what I just said. You can write it in the comment section. And I'm no science. I can. A way a physical thing say obibini pineal gland is bigger than or man titiri. However, in their quest to move from realm to realm and establish civilizations, they encounter a very negative lower third realm. As I speak with you now, people don't believe that it is the blacks and almost pyramids, because it's so outrageous for normal human being to build. No, and now obibini asabe na atwin be called the Tower of Babel no so ehun you say you demonic nanka sabe o de adwin bra fom nkrofo so omo build the Tower of Babel no ma konyame ho aboni be na wo mu anyankopon create confusion won omumu na obreki omo down. Think deep about this. Before tumia na omo woni etin so omo be encounter that one thing. Yes episode we so what this platform we so how the sun came to be. And how the moon also came to being. We've done that episode also here. Said the episode when you're I want you to watch it after you are done with this episode. Inyama obibini e confronte ya na ebeto no so no. Enti said ya yenim. This third realm, has a great desire frequency that pulls you in. The more you focus on it. This is where a before are sinking. Because the more you focus, my catch out that our platform is so where focus echo frequency so echo into which a before nina omu focus when and then medical yetia wona so no say omu bilete omu more treaty like omu etietia yeso ama na mmuampo ewe nyonyam che nti yenya ye fa ahudie kakra no ye pese ye show bibi na ye pese ye show no instead say ye be show wo tumi mu no ye show wo niamam. Ye show sika yewo, ye show car yewo, ye show say ya ye confused, but anka ye show wo tumi mu a ka ya boa ye ho ekwan bi so. We na se e cameras e na ye ni je ho mo edan bibia obe show we wo camera so uko hu ni place kankan ni e fa nu si wo. It doesn't matter which realm you are in. The very moment you learn about it, it starts pulling you. And fa hu ni baby a wo so we do focus ko hope betwe wako because na make no baby focus ko bia no e ho na frequency ye den echo. It first creates a thought in your mind. So what the wadwen kohwe bibi so pe na edi kan e create wiase bi wo wadwen. Then it increase by desire. Afi na wo kondo oso pese wo ye bi and then it start pulling you na etwe woko. It was like a cursed realm. Aha sa na tie. Ubetimi aya akolapa fa ne ko school. Ohu de enkrofo ne ye no wa start focus so no obehu no wa oye bi na de ya na say ade ya asay no e wo kwa asay e nanim se de osay ye tie but de obekwa akosua ne timi tom e chen de wasay a otima otwen de on say ye no koy e bi before problem kese pa enu nie enti ahana ye te se a curse realm na we na asofo ni bi e pese o mo communicate a because a binumu a bit shallow tino, almost in Yankopon, a kesi obibini, or ye tuntumuno, and na oto urem. Ayiko Pachawati I say, when ya me own shroud. Why? Instead, so be catcher and say, beautiful church na usino. And no ye curse no, who focus on the curse realm no, and no the omontiasi. Bible crack at rooms are hackering ye still. Don't ever pray for someone to talk to you about it. Adia won peno. Kasa men she has a conversation. Nkrofo bebre smoky. Nkrofo bebre num niama terribly because obi catch omo. Unya tipe. O the wadwen beko. The moment they tell you, it immediately starts pulling you. Nti na me say dia wo de wasutie. Se wunya hoden a enye bibia na wode waso ebetie hweniye na hye nso mame. This theory is justified by the Bible's account of a tree that gives the knowledge of good and evil. Inti no aya wo ka se wo blame Nyankopon na enye Nyankopon no bo bone a mesrew unim de ewo fom. Humble yourself and let's teach you. Adentia because obo bone ne papa ho nimde eno ka kire nipa no na waka kire nipa no na nipa na hu no the focus ye dan a ebekọ. This is knowledge. And the story says that the entity who created the garden doesn't want his children to know or even hear of it. What be that? Until a serpent comes to tell them. Aha no mu na ade no Nyankopon no nhwehwe ni mu no ewo no. Ade no mpe. Wo boy den because at the moment I will be create ade no wo ho no you say na Adam and Eve no mo wo ho no mu ni na tree ni wo ho but de na Nyankopon aka a kire omo no na enu a na omu nim atil se bronsam eba ho nti na che se bronsam ba ho no se we anya hwe we hu hwe wo ho no we anya hwe anka kan krofo we no omu was ye safe. At this point let me ask you this question. Yenya ye gi nyame di ni ye bo mpae no, are we so sure that this God can actually take care of us? Why am I asking this? Because in the Garden of Eden, there were just 2 people. And this God, who baby, was visiting every day. Say, how come? So you're so loose and when to me and show so from Adam and Eve to Cain and Abel, he failed completely, totally. Just 2 people. How many people are even in Ghana? 33 million. What makes you think this God that failed in the Garden of Eden with just 2 people can take care of you? It's just a question. What today? These are some questions sometimes I just feel like asking, but let's leave them. Enti Nyankopon boss ade no wo ho no. Wan kan kire omo nti no omo nim. Till say owo ne ba ho no be kan ye. Nti Bible kura nkasa ka se the American say wote na wo de wa ho ode nkwa wa na epuli wo no. Bible aka. O si faith. Gidie it comes by hearing. Na uti via na fe epuli wu na Bible na nkasa so aka o se kona koka asam no na de obegye di no e na obebo na su nti ewiase na ye this curse world no at the moment they force it into your ears no the mind or the brain will create that word for you. It's also biblical, it's scriptural. Nti till say bronsam ana owo ne beka kire omo no na omo nim. Decoding the Bible ema wo more freedom than reading it keke. Now decoding it until you get to that level, no, and yet chicken change. The deity, till knowing how powerful that knowledge is. So the onim said there to me a one nim munti. Quickly threw them out of the garden so they would not infect everyone. Onim said nim die eyade ane ho ode nti ono aso aka kire say lack of knowledge man people perish. So this God wanted Adam and Eve to person perish. Into who say perish, anya salvation because now they know the truth. No, or say na monsa mo ho na monko. Na ma many pay why nyina ambe ye nyansafo. What does this mean in actual fact? Last week I was decoding Nyankopon ofe ni pefira techemu na ode ni besi okonkon so no osiesie no. Nobody should push my mouth there to decode. Who are we nipa? Who employ you obia? And you be aware experience of what you want to do na we employ you. And I'm wa we nipa. Inti se Nyankopon pese on flow obi no okofre we smoker. And you nkrofo mbenu we no hwehwe nti no okofo omo we experience that ampacho. Okofre am robbers because on you omo beye robbery. Inti open nkrofo we experience that. I am saying no pastor should force my mouth to decode the Bible. I don't want to. Inti membe force man. Because onim di ode wo beye nti obekọ omo we experience wo no akofo omo no ode omo aba beye. That is why you're picking the perfect techem no ode omo besi so obotan so no siesie wu na why ne big time because we experience she's looking for a hand because Bible account so watete won sa mo kun na meti we me se me hwe cameraman me hwe editor na afi na me kwa akofo obi wo ghetto ho no mo no na me po obi obesmoki weed ama me a I will just quickly get there where they are and pick them. They have experience. Working is easy. We are good to go. So that is how God member hamadrina me fama no call because me ready. Please That is not to say I endorse the story of Adam and Eve. Mami church no, can sama the omuntie no omuntie ni ye. No, I'm not endorsing it. No, I am teaching a deep spiritual topic here. That's what I do here. That's what Antina Mekacha Washasi and say. You'll be here and you'll be na me. I am challenging every kana and my source and base, me the mamu. And if I tell you it's pure downloads, it's pure downloads. It's not a joke. Some people say you use scripture, so you expose the truth. You use it. So now you understand the concept of the 12 types of third eyes. Obibi say, do you have to have a third eye before you can awaken? Awakening, Nankasa, we will talk about it. Because the way the awakening is communicating to people is so funny. You baby say, so what is this? We will talk about it. So, the first melanated beings who entered the realm of earth had more inner eyes open than the current ones. And in fact, they brought all the civilizations you saw. They say to me, and then someone making your Jimmy Pa. Baby, I'm being honest. And they built so many civilizations, including the popular Moorish and Grand Tartar civilizations. Abusia, this all happened before they discovered the Abrofu beings some 6,000 years ago. How I wish I can explain further. But it's okay for now. You did everything as a black man. Everything. These people are just 6,000 years old. How old are you as an African? And they use 400,000 to distort you, enslave you, empty you, kill you, almost say we culture, bibia, and I feel 2,000 years. Omobre unyame. Now, the earliest melanated beings came to Earth millions of years ago. Millions of years ago. What did I say? I said these people came 6,000 years ago. And they wrote the book that you said God wrote 2,000 years ago. They used just 6,000 years. Now 47 years ago, 6,000 years ago. And we were not writing. Now we will have millions of years. And sana, we moba. One age, you need to mean 6,000. You were here millions of years. And their last descendants were largely regarded as gods in Egypt and among other cultures, such as Maya and Sumerians. You know this. And I mean, I maybe can't wait at all. The first enlightened people realized that they needed to protect their inner eyes, which grant them greater power, because submitting to pleasures of this third world physicality erodes their divinity. What what to protect? I don't make a on. Even your structure, your digital tells, your nibre, your greediness, a fee, a niama ye to meet the ye tekrama, sebi, edit to ye true mutantro. That is what we can do. So they used many forms of powerful antennas and placed high frequency crystals in the stars, the moon, and the sun to guide them. Last week, comment in the comment section. I read it, and I didn't want to educate that person. The person was saying that me attributing the AC to what happened 47 years ago, and no, senseless. Your brain is small. So I will educate a little, because some people read that comment. Assassin were emotions. Assassin were feelings. Assassin were anger issues. The ocean has the same, because they also carry frequency. But who makes somebody feel emotions? And common sense didn't tell that person that these people have control over our skies, our moons, and even our lands. Me, I don't talk politics. And these people can make it rain just to frustrate our leaders so they can give out something they are looking for. This person was so shallow to think that we have a natural force happening. And yendre yana Dubai if one kasa ye rains for themselves are almost try flood the farm. These people have control over our lands and our skies. They have ability to make it emotional, chaotic, and everything. And you sit there. And if I decided to explain that, I will get into political. And I don't talk politics. Because it doesn't make sense to me. There is nothing we cannot answer or talk about on this platform. We are just being careful. Not because we are scared of anybody. But we are being careful because of the information we are giving out. Because social media is cheap. Until the information be to our necessary. Tell me. These people, our ancestors, now they have this frequency. Control. Now, do we have control over it? Mopa mama mahama emfa we see a process okoye ocean or sea exploration. Na hwe so mo nche na. Mo ntu ade ni mfa wie ni so okọ space na hwe so obeduru hifa na ye beche na. We don't have control over these things. Let me leave that one there. But something happened and they fell. Crashing their protective crystals on the moon and the sun. This is why we don't have control over here. You can do more research because we've done an episode and have told you how the sun came to be and how the moon also came. According to the mythology underlying this theory, the melanated beings comprising Moorish and other civilizations brought the moon and the sun into Earth's atmosphere. Into when they even compromise themselves and sun as a day weber. Men yo one was a baby before one a real walk on the ding. And also a mystery we can talk about one day. They created the moon and the sun out of frustration. That is how advanced their minds and technology were saying to me and what a before 3 minutes. So as at how we got here, I cannot tell. And sometimes when you look at these things, it's so frustrating. And when you are talking about it, somebody is thinking about car or better car, no so car papa biu, pick up, Corolla. And not ye can't somebody to me, baba be dipem. I bet me I be ye free. Uni pass a mempre. Emma won't call. I don't complain anymore because complaints are a negative energy. I am focused on solution. So I leave these people. But the attack on the moons and sun caused a massive shift in the planet, resulting in changes in the ocean. And yeah, sometimes, you know, so be beneath Phyllis Assassi or Tissu Yenedia. Everything a Bible catcher will be as a hanya woody and a hanya woody ampa. Wakatro saha, and ya woodia. But baby a yawoodian on chiro, or chiro baby or woo. Because a dear cost will be ano. Eba from be, ebe na dear was a sisubi asubu, earth rem, a death rem. And then obronin chiro baby a woofy. Because a dear memco from bia if you baby, who will be bini, a hina woofy. Utsiasa any ama way a hina woofy. A chow, a chaos no more creative, you know. And the changes at the bar ocean, and now oceans, you know, men yummy confused as soon oceans, and as soon seas. Most of the oceans became land, and most land areas became the sea. I feel my explain your mouth. Diane woho, Diane tie, any the obi sea so. Now the odibe sea so no, the din chiche mu baye, any baby a split koye, and no sooner me breaking it down at the amount. Today I'm sending love to a lot of people because you guys are in my head. I'm sending love to Shahadu Muhammadu. My name say correct. Shahadu Muhammadu. I'm sending love to Cynthia Obey and Isaac Ej. Sending love to me. Jennifer Atta, I send you love. Today you guys are in my head. So I just have to mention you guys. Send love to you guys. I see you. Yeah, I see you on the platform. So, all their major civilizations sank beneath the sea. And the sea dried up. This is biblical. The sea mumusuni. Eya munya investigation. What kind of power is dwelling in the Bermuda Triangle. I see to me be into me fasa ocean, a plane or whatever, and to me fasa ocean. So a betchinakum. I am investigating what kind of power is there. And all these investigations and explorations, see, any research near Ecosuna, Omonomoy. Na ye wo so omo be use omo sika aye all this research na sabi omo agimenti omo abetwera ma they know where they are coming from nti omo focus ni na agina tumi so eno na be save omo because he can save nipa ede na tumi na timi gi nipa gina ho eno na bibifo empese omo be hwehwe we want to show off what we have mike obi be ka se mi ni bi nti eja kasa na unim hwe. As the campaign, Aden, it is a subject who thought one tea, the actions one was a former for Jaikasa, and yes, I near come, me tram what dear boy. How will it look like? Say, Ube Wobi, Sabio, na Bunu, na Ubecon dwelling, no why you're shocked. And you'll be obe show with Chechirenche, now beduni dwelling, na a Samaranko. How will it look like? Ubiani the way I oye. Me, I tell people, the more you grow taller, now I say, yeah, so me, I root deeper. And know another story for another day. But if there is anything you have to do as a nipper, root deeper. So you don't become a seasonal plant. Where you are a footwood, I'm a man crankribia. And to be found when I dry your moon up. These theories are justified by the myth of Atlantis and the Bible story of Noah and the flood. And then I can't chire munu and the chirawono. Minianum, tie. The truth about your woes is sitting right in front of your nose. And ya wo, and I'll be what you say. I did stare at my face, I will handle it or I will let it go. Fatu trim. It was after the flood that abrofu species were found on earth. No muti cave. And no muti obi bini neti cave. Eti nduyas. Eba ne sen. And the mujina womo be tutu monsoon tugu ye no dia habanshe mu ma musi. You know another story for another day. So they became a new earth. And most of the old melanated civilization went under the ocean. I will open up a conversation soon about the ocean and seas. Entering from the Bermuda Triangle and all that. I will open a conversation very soon. According to my ethereal sources, actually will say, and the episode, like from now going, it's going to be pure downloads. That's why I'm using a spiritual word for you. I said, according to my ethereal sources, 90% of the old melanated civilizations are underwater, where no man has ever been. We will open a deeper conversation about this. So, I am not surprised when they tell you to pay 10%, because in actual fact, that is what you are left with as an African. 90% of you is... Can talk about that one day. I am told that the level of technology and high level spirituality under the ocean would be a total shock to us living on the surface. And this is the reason why when you tell people that you went to heaven and saw what is here, I am shocked. Oh yes. Next, you actually didn't go anywhere. Na sa civilization na ewo asiye ho no ewo ocean ni mu no pie wa ha obeye shock no ehwan mo na ewo ha mo no mo hye ho. This is how powerful you are as a black man. So which people narrowed all this whole thing, no, just to this world? It's funny. But they keep saying underworld. They will tell you, no makanyami yakese wasro oye wasasi so oye wapunumu sadia sankani na ye wiase. What are they communicating? So, the fall of the melanated brings many things in this world into focus. So what you say? It explains all the theories of marine civilization, all the theories of alien civilization, and even testimony of people who have encountered marine beings. Then way not come to light. So after the fall, We have lost 90% of our world to water. At this point, now what was civilization? What are you coming to do here? Maame fe no nsi wo na bi adakoro ye we bebu afa honom nso so. Because it's so sad. And now there is a new being called Obroni who just came. The remaining melanated people on the land started rebuilding the old civilization in a new world. From Bible, BBC ya Sodom and Gomorrah oja ebinumo na odi omukọ start asase foforo from Noah abreso oja nipa ni binum na odi omukọ nti okova omuso onkova omu nyina oja ebinumo de koses ekohye ni wiase foforo ase tie we na tie ni ye besi nde ya mene wo kasei ye wo nkrofo ni bia omo explore ocean na kwakoto we wo omo de bia ye movie kura de amam Aquaman. If you ask me, they talk to you indirectly. Na so bibini beti ase ate sa asem we ase no de me dwen ho a me ntumi nkyere. Me ne madam fo bi na ye shopping. Ne ye shopping na me to tsa nia me ye titi machi ya. We mu nia me nyina ya de omo explore fee ocean ni mu. Ocean ni mu no eye nsu ase. E ba ne sen na se adua we nu nyina wo ho e ho ahyehye te se ade aye use pen. And they sell it at higher price. Inti ya me na fofo ni pie na meto a no mu bisa me say na wuto na wuto say de omo nti ase so wukọ Israel na wukọ Tiberias na wukọ the Sea of Galilee omo wa asem bi omo ka omo de some remaining of boat bi ahye glass mu say eye boat na Yesu tena so no a okasa kire nesuafo no na say obi say omo ye den no omo hu say eno na ye sa boat na omo si omo explore the sea you know remains are almost far a free sea nasino and no normal dia abahono they believe that na a fisherman wo ho but se boat to be betimi apro maybe aka Yesu wo to nti enu beye the boat and no dey see we pay money just to go and look at it. People go and kiss the glass, some go and stand there and take pictures. But look at asem we actually bibini say won nanom civilization kata na se dua bi obi hu dua bi ontumi pon connect entumi connect with the frequency. Into one ne nam na uto se e wudi usika na we wonti ase. This is what actually happened. Inti de bia omu kuma na omu ejebi omu the best start because omu nim kwan ye fa so ye nipa. Inti Bible mu nyina o hikoro bi obeja baako. Na kwashi Jericho kura so ja Rahab tutu ni. O hia da baako. Ejem se Nyankopon we nkrofo save omu nyina ye nkrofo de omu koye adwuma. Inti open nkrofo omu we experience. No he ashawo for so omo say Mary Magdalene no ya ashawo ni de obepae alabaster box ni gu Yesu na ase so omo say no ya ashawo ni okọ Jericho no okosave ashawo ni oni ashawo for ni business opo omo we experience ma me fa no si wana nkrofo ni bu anfu na Yesu de odi ashawo ni ye de gina ho eni ye nko. And now there is a new being called Bruni Makachiro. And I yaka no omo ka eni nyina no omo started so omo build way but their cosmic energies are not on their side. When we are who na ewu because nyama bebre omo go through a lot of trauma. Bebrebe. The more they build, the more the new sun and the new moon take away their energy and divine eyes, which were 12 templates originally. This is who Obibini was. 12 crystal templates. This is who you are. And you lost everything. Now, then they start decreasing. Bibi ashiro afedie oma ye low na nkrofo we tie omoso nkrofo we tie omoso nkrofo we twi for omoso. So look at us now. We are so low. The reason we are behaving the way we are behaving, we are like batteries without head. Energy are 18 is why you dey bedwin. The wild abrofo species were also attempting to adapt to their new cave environment and were growing in numbers. I feel almost take advantage. Almost what started. Tie, survival is a battle. You don't blame anybody for your ignorance. To be a try to survive it. It is a wood jina on our John and blame you. You can never blame them. Because survival itself is a battle. The moment you try to show cars and show brands, bag na brand bobo any de keka eka ho. No broni, aye boko no hwehwe power. Because some person will show say we will be near man will show you so no you make him powerful or you soon head. Say China first started ye car e fa fla insuo nim ti so beta agumu so a na omo abrem car na mo asan ato ne ye ti huni. Ti afi omo started omo so yin. So our ancestral archetypes lost their high minds, which were downgraded by the new moon and new sun to zero. Until the world be behaving sometimes I nyame nwanwa. The sad part of this is worshiping what is trapping us as people. And the sad part of this whole thing is, worshiping trapping instead of breaking its code and use them for our freedom. No. And no moment we are supposed to apply them, know the knowledge about it, control it to free ourselves. But what are we doing? Does this make sense? Does this actually make sense? I don't blame them because we've lost ourselves. And truthfully, physically, when you look at us, you realize that we don't even value ourselves because we don't even trust ourselves. What you be crow to me be jejew. Ye niama ye nara. Evidence say ye lose. This made them start mating and having sex with the new Abrofu species. Hey. Senkenye say ye reduce. Anya possible. You and I know. Obibini yem na broni batoma na apon. Na abesi. Me can say uni bi I will be a yeboni na me can me will be grandchild ni bi me pempo no pese me boniti. Nti enye say me ka say wa will be a yeboni but me pese me tro say tete no na nka ya asem kese entansi. Nti na omo mba ni bom na ne ye mema na ye wo. Na omo nya ahoden de e ma omo tumi betena asase so na ndem reveal ama wo. Omo no mu ntimi ntena asase so. The men were able to impregnate the Abrofu women. But the melanated woman could not get pregnant for Obroni. Her womb was not allowing an alien hybrid to be kept inside there. Then possible. Now womb is so equipped. Say it's able to detect a stranger. A reared being, it never washing itself out. And the day you can be flashing it out. So the Abrofu women gave birth to a new race that could live both in the cave and on land. This is how they are able to live on the land. In fact, as I speak with you now, there is something but there's something they've discovered. Omo intelligent, into almost started ne yenkrofo no mix it. Racing a binum so started turning omo. Ede no omo ehu. Yo omo behu bi obibini gina ha. De bi obibini wo edan na chi. Obibini ni enya solution to the problem before the problem da. De bi asem na to no so awie no. Na okọ. Nso omo ina kita Bible. Bible so aka kire o se sinsin go tekrema fama okọ. This is how they were able to live on the land. Which is mostly the new Abrofo that we have now. But one day be. So now there is a new world, a new hybrid race, and a damn low IQ bibini people. And until your behavior, you say. Na me if you born na me catch me ba no. Say obi so you different. Na o hye nkom say e before be win world a decision they have to make. But sen kom say omo ka spirituality. How do you win a team? Omo gina ho no. Abrofo 6, a before 6. And a before 12 no more already why one didn't have a Canadian. You're balanced. Now we'll call one leg Olympic. How do you survive in such a battle? Mibisa. Adentina mo de mu ntumi nya abrofo players ni bi mfra mu. Another topic for another day. E dey important na ye war no between these ways. Na dey important no bibini beye. Etimi ade ne ho. Enti say no bibini aba bedru e no bibini behave the way o behave. Na mitumi hwe omo saa na me say me ra ho. Bible kan yampo. Ase a wolf in a sheep clothing. E di bibia chechere mo ho ma mu behave to say I leave you. Ni ma leave you. Eya mitumi hwe asofo no bia omo hye nkom na omo ho ye mo. Apart from their making says abrofo, says a before they are in one team playing against 12 a before. Na 12 a before do kura so a abrofo ni eni omo bebo no obroni na agrumi ni woni ho ata aduane ama na die tua ne ka na wakofre ne so bebo ma. You are expecting to win. The Bibini were becoming increasingly unwise daily because of the new moon and the new sun draining them. And this is what you people are worshiping. It's okay. So don't be surprised at all. If it is higher at where you are, it's working on you. The Bibini would have downgraded to the level of animal by now, if not for their melanin, that one liquid. Because in way, still, your bloodline and DNA was trying to protect you. Into a year 3 minutes support. No, I mean, a diabebre FFU waha into a bonena or my phrase embe kumo in Diani Jibi. Nebe drew 3 weeks na jibu brain isubi. And I to train Dianina, no more sorry about no Muslim to chamuti, no one mamma ya dreamina. And he reduce it. Na nkasenye that one liquid. Na akana, nka we are done. Na so are we protecting it? Ankenye ye melanin ye wo yemu ya. Nti the war, the threat, the DNA, the mosquito lab, the one the DNA na ade baako. And a problem. These people sometimes get so angry and furious. I didn't na sankrofo we was ade we wo mu. Ankasa ye value dia ye wo. Dabi. So when we bruni a reaction ni pa kebeya wareho. The melanin began forming a protective coating against the new attacks, creating a layer over the last crystal left in the DNA of our ancestors, which we now call the third eye. Anything that happens to a black man, the universe is showing a black man love. But onipanu bibini nankasa. The world, the universe, nature, spirits, air, fire, earth, waters, any element and any forces keeps helping a black man. A black man said, me Jimmy. Ti di ebesi mi subiya no, me nye ma adwin se me de me ho. Onfa nche me. Na sa na se me ka no, cause baby aye ko na ye toro aye hu. What na so millions of years? A ban say na bibia ba just 6,000 years ago. Na dominate ukra say. A dominate you say. E die be na ye focus wo so. E die be na ye focus wo so. Bibia be try say be boa ye biara. Obibini ye na adwen. So obede ne ho. So today, the melanin still protects these beings from the sun and has formed a coating in the brain of a divine eye. This is who you are as a black man. We spoke about pineal gland years ago. Adane eyi yedi mura so wa hwenim ni wasoma pineal gland baby. Onum witi ya pineal gland baby. Woe unto you. This is the beginning of witchcraft. Breaking it down. It existed only in melanated beings because of the melanin in their third eye. It is a liquid. So when you go and open a third eye and the liquid in it is dry, it's meaningless. We can get into that as well. So when you say you were a white witch, but who you be beneath here? And so, by the nature of the new world, the Moors and the Grand Tatar people used their melanin-coated third eye to astral travel to places that the other beings are. Because already we know everywhere. We've been here millions of years. Every corner. And visit their families who stayed with them on earth before the coming of the new sun and the new moon. Into beginning of what to me so to me physically. Are you not restricted? This is why you are restricted from moving to everywhere. Difficult. To me explore ocean. To me explore space. Why you're so limited? They have to limit you, because if you are able to get there, you find your brothers and sisters there, and you reduce what to extent that Obibini believes say Anunnaki they creating. They are your brothers. Let me continue this, and I will explain what I just said. So, with the new melanin third eye activated, they can astral project to the marine world, visit other dimensions, and do many things, such as bringing technology into the new world. Until we get here, you better swap to China nyama. Say na say me say yes mpe bia na mototo say yes na bola na omo de achechere. Mote moda bro peso mo se mo mpe. Pempa. Ene mo nne. Bibia se emoko ayedi wo kromu anyina aye green. Se kanyam pepe no krampo na nka wona ma na afifi mfikyire ni ade nyina ende me na ye madwuma se wuni mkrofo mo plant na ya enye aburo pe na omo de aba mo se ye ha de na ye yellow mo mpe o se moko so omo de aba omo de na no ye hye double than de omo be yi ye kokko ni nyina afi ya eyi ye mesoa ni nyina afi ya wie ye no na omo de moko so abre ye nwa ha na omo de na no ye hye chen ye de ye no na enu nti ye de ni yedu ye afi omo mpe bi mo hu ba bi ayekọ mo hu ba bi ayekọ. Now we social media and so footballer. Because we don't need that right now. Because you chew edi wutum. Na say you do this level like to me project ni ade. You be read omo message ni ade ama. Opa ko Google MOOR ne TARTAR ya mike na hwe information na ubenya. Ibia be ye what to say that is why I tell you I don't do internet things here. Because until we get to this level I just told you, you to me change shit. Because to me you so big game fan no onim the source. You don't have the source, you don't even connect. They use this gift of witchcraft to modernize their new world and create amazing new things. Ya also won pen. And one omu use the niyama wu chase. Omu chase dia wo na wa ignore. No mudi making money out of you, no who chase the into me for wonko baby. The intimate from a draw to a diadem car, a dear bag, even a full other campo, and dear ye wa hangina yakra. These people can never do without you, but will never let you know your wealth. Omoma huda. Now one kasakura why you why you poto? When you're interested, you don't want to know nothing. Nti ade na obi betimi aka akere obi bini ade be mpa na me betimi aka akere ye hunam na yetimpo ye jaamom so omonye de omope omo na omoma ye duaye no eduane aye bedi bibia omope bia ontumi be ye yen wa ha free awo kokwa ontumi nkoye de omoye no ebi wo ho ana ye ka den asema mi ken nyansa enim say yen try say ye be pagya ye hu otumi so we are able to say don't bring this here on famba. Say ye jai say ye focus wo mu niyama so sika ka edan ni ye tumi gitum say no nje nkwa ba tumi ene timi je nkwa tumi na timi create niyama tumi na timi pam ohokwo na utumi je wo ho a we are able to help ourselves. But what are we chasing? Ye chasing na your mom tumi de create ti ye nsa show mo num say from president to edibisi Maame Grace. It was in this age that they invented kingdoms and kings, nations, and new concept of rule. Omunya omo kwan no ebrem wasiwie no na omo betete mu na omo besi borders ni nyina ede mam na omo checha asase na omo faaye na nka ye wu neighbor na ope border nka nya bridge na yesi wo ho na yafa so akosra ye neighbors ukoko divu aha no omo hu a ukotogo ha no ma omo hu a de wo omo beye no obroni kwa ye easy ede be important na nkrofo we di ye yadwene. They created new plants and genetic variations that led to new species of birds, plants, trees, and other animals. They are really building on their world. And also say, in their world, yet Ujina onom sa asase na your emotion, they have control. They can decide say so washing nyina off. They can do it. They have control over our skies. Anyway, so we need dear wo former now be doubt asema miki. Unfortunately for the new hybrid abrofu, they lack the melanin. Omo ni bi. Omo de normal sonne so out of jealousy. Asonne so ama se see the omo ni ye na nanom no aye lose. Me see there is always a chance for a black man. But on one kasa waye ready. The melanin gift comes from the ancient African woman, and they can't impregnate her those days. The same be say no to me in canny baby. And you, oka kakra no wetwa so. Because a man who na sa de ne kese wo. Nti no mu to me name man wo. Enwo. This bred greed and hatred, causing the new Obroni to hate the Obibini. And I be before. Inti when you hear Adam and Eve, he Pamomo, and I Cain and Abel, Okofa anyway, and I Jacob and Esau. Anyway, don't look men yet John. Men can say you'll be in here, and now men any individual, it's talking about race. And these people, they said it, Omubeka come, I won't tell ye. But no more, no apa. No more can say Jacob and Esau, Nabaku you to Nabaku your cocoa. Or we are no was catch or say, Manesa ni Ephraim. Say, ni yaji penino, ni to me ama abofrado, Jacob ni Esau, clean, yaji penini to me, edi ama abofrado. They are talking to you, black man. What are you doing? You are worshiping such nonsense. Facha me, my manners, forgive me. This is where the hatred started from. They will not bring guns to you. They are using your head. Titrine mano. Assembly wa kan. Untumi nka na wetwa so ameka bibi nchiro eye nne na niama asesa na if I tell you 30 years ago ni ade krofo yi bi omo ware emba ni bi omo ware abrofo pain na omo ko mu no mo treatment a omo ko mu no samese meka kire wa ni adwen na eta akire no pure hatred the treatment nka omo nyina at least 80%. Na nyensem ni nyina na yebetumi aka nti uka bia na wajai mesi coronavirus ba ye na hu woni abrofo ni bi wo kwa na hu abufuo a ewo mu ada na de we ye yense na sankrofo we omo ne nam ho se bibiom ba experiment wo yesu bia na ya escape nanso sabi ya dwene nya dwuma. The liquid in the gland is dried up. And the gland itself, I get cake, I get dark stony, and the dirty training yajuma liquid bieni. Pibia is there for obibini. Na hatred, na I just strong, and yet. This is justified by the Bible's account of Cain and Abel. The formation of the Adamite bloodline and the emergence of the Canaanites. This is there. They are calling the Canaanite the dog. When you hear the Adamite bloodline, don't let me come and tell you anything as a black man. You don't belong there. You are the dog child. That's why your planet is called the dog planet. We are talking this to you and you are saying what? Ediye na wudi, ediye na wunya, ewa asori ni mu, me se wo ba ntumi nhweso na wo manyina be ye mobo. But ye ba from ni ye bedu this level ni etumi save ye ho a, we are able to give ye betumi afford abofra bia 2 square meal. No bia yare obetumi akọ hospital. Santo Domingo ha. Who could do what sisi na wo kuro nu na wo yare a, ombetwa wo yare free. Se wo fi kuro mu ho, se wo fi kuro mu ho. Ye be hwe yare free. Yeti kuromu ha yenya yare pa ntumi hwe ye ho ne yewu de owo sika de betua hospital bill kra wanhwe ne you bewu ebinom. This is who you are. The evidence is what I've given. It's everywhere. Because the Abrofo initially came from caves. They possess a lifestyle of barbarism and brutality. They started murdering and killing. Nana Mekano 47 years ago kra won kai. It's a history that is there. It's a history. But a black man has short memory indeed. Because we play with everything. Ye di bibia di agro, di bibia ye joke. See ye na ye joke woman ye benya aduane adi nko ade a. Anka ye nkogina Disneyland. na yento akuna matata na yensa no muntu aye kabosome eya rehosem kase. These people are so wise that bibi omo aye wo ho bi omo de obibini agina no. They want balancing. They are reading frequent. They are reading spirituality no in a enye obi aware egu ni obi yefunu aye. The Abrofo describe themselves as bushmen and wildlings. I think I've done this episode for you, how the Vikings and the Arabs came here as bush soldiers and how they were here as langars. No, mo yes smart. No, mo say, Roman for Azia were Vikings. Woma yentu yenyi won Suria, ni yensu yen fast as ni bi. After all, yen ye baton kofi wa, no, mo so say yen langars bi. Say yensu ye royals. Now, who say me wom? And he said, the very people, no, these bushmen, he be so among cocoon to crab a yom who royal won in Crawford, your moon tears as he swap pumpem, no my chum who gusu, obibini ya allow akbado. The only allow akbado to say, Jesus is Lord. Yes, ya wo no Israel of Israel. And the Bible nini be yomutro room, Constantine, a radin come in our Today, they have corrupted the label wildlings into Vikings. As they go, they increase. As they go, they upgrade. As they go, they clean their bottles. This is how wise people behave. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Assassin. Just like omo beg bromo wa masase no so no mukumu wie no omo enja o omo sesa edin na wo pillars ni nyina ho e de omo din toto ho na omo de artifact wo ho nyina so de koy omo enja bibia wa ha obibini de na wo ye. They started attacking your civilized ancestors with bushmen, barbarians and wildlings. My episode when they get to a town, they kill everyone and use the blood to paint their faces red. What the red na here you? What the red cross abobo baby Africa? You don't even understand. When we talk to you too, you don't want to listen. Do you know what it takes to get to this knowledge? It's coded in the Bible. Oh, do you yama Israel for amusi munku odwan amukwa amumfa ne moja ne nya mopunu ano. Omukika nsem kire mo aso. They later started wearing the skeleton bones of their victims on their necks during attacks. Odo nana moja e de srasra no ho. En odo nana no mpe e de sinsen ni ko. And then obibini spiritual person did don't pay any come to prove say oh you're powerful, you lack knowledge. They later started wearing the skeleton bones and or they are sincere comb. They are victims on their neck during attacks. They threaten omo. And now they are saying ukomu threaten ni pass away powerful. In some no be ha. In some no be ha. Obronia dia tuma pa bibini chow. Sa di obibini fa so no enye. Pope no ne kan abe apologize obibini tna ha e defend say obroni nye ne hwe. The blood on their body and the shy skeleton bones crossed on their necks became their first emblem of red flags and white cross. Nkrofo when bibi omo ye bi omo mpese omo wire befi. Nti omo be ye symbol bi de esi ho. Obibini nto symbol na se na omo de abesi na pampam na okitam. No jina ho. Di omo de wona moja eni ni nompe edi ye ni. This is the beginning of what most scholars and writers refer to as the black nobility. Do more research about the black nobility. So obesu anu wesu. So obedi wedu ane so anu wedi no one be account. This is where we are. We forget easily. We don't want to admit say we are in a situation. The birth of European royalty from the culture of the wildlings or Vikings. Black nobility. The source is what I've given you. My Vikings episode is on this same platform. What do you want to hear? And when you change of mind, the renewal of the mind the Bible is telling you. What do you want to hear? A DM pan or baby, a person who and son who said, this is not my lifestyle, this is not my way. More money in us say the youth are going bad. We don't care. We should wait for it. Some can say, we don't want 5 years to come, the best years. You know, honey, you walk. Timmy and your baby, your coca, no more 30. Many I see, you're 30. Am I? Last week episode. Yeah, Akrabia better comment section. Jesus is the way and the fire and the light and now me say mo yin nfi so no nko a light ni mo na ha yesum me pesa sum ba mene no mo blocking no nko kane anim wa yira kwan ye de wa mo yin adi. The Muslims also played a smart role. Mo say mo Roman for ye ku amamo ye nye bush bium omo so omo nya langas bium omo so create omo so ho na omo tro mo Quran. Trump pen and the Bible no chiro no ye nim say daachi na omo be proceed ono say ye anamo no watu nti e bia daachi obe build was. Can we also write our holy book? Mo say Jesus okra baga na okra 4 ne wa. We are so greedy and senseless. Yen to me tiny nipa baako as echi ene botai baako ne yetumi adi nkunim. Ye kura ye gina ye papa emu a ye hwe ase. E Methodist fo nche a. Nti minim de ntia enkrofo mienu ko Methodist asore baako no ya aka because mo fin ni. E before ntumi nante. Me say me the platform we buy. Me the ba say me put spiritual people ni na together na ye bie bibi to say Gaia ni ye bie ye school ye bie hospital so we are able to prove a point said natural abilities can do. E dane chips ama me kura me ti me baby na me ma omo exposure ye omo yie no. Me kura me that eja no so bia ye grele me say. E toto me dan me. Ehi ni ye beko. Ehi ni ye beko. Ye wo chen wonko a otan. Wo kobu obi o twon achem. Wo ma obi adwuma o se wadwuma. Kire se ye ho se ye ni ate. Ye nyina ye begu. Mfa nche mo agini. Chama ka kire mo. Say ye me say asase na ye tisu no. Baby bebu amem. Maka we 3 years ni na masan repeat ne nne. Say ye se ye nsua nyansa. Say man so wu mfa ye ho biom. Say first say obi wu ye ya. Man say mfa ye ho biom. Ye de efunu kura ye party. Baby ya lower ye ho abedru nie. The theory is that they took over many cities and towns, occupied the status of the melanated people, and adapted their names and culture. Because who ni share? Obi be ma odin bi. Se who ni share? Ana wo bibi na nsom obo a, de nsom no bo be fast Sunday aye ne dia. Atu utrim. They replaced every black noble king and all the royals with Vikings and adapted their culture and ways of life because no more money life. Just like Yesu for be free at techum the ni besi obotan so a osiesie no. Say nipa ni be defend Yesu at all costs because so nya ka so beka no korepe obeko gata ni. Nti na Yesu okofa nkrofo omo wo sa intro situation ni so that omo be loyal to no. No de omo aye adwuma. Omo be wia ntro omo twa ma omo ti ofa nkrofo omo we experience that oni omo aye adwuma. But there is a problem. If a place is called iron land because the people have skin that looks like iron and their royals have pictures, statues and artwork all looking like a black people, one day the truth will come out and the new Afro royals will lose their stolen statues and everything. So what do? Just say, ye kun krofo we ye wie. Ye nja traces biya wa ha. Leave no traces. Wa ha. Intini ye be wash bibiya. Intin krofo we ye kun omo wie no. No mo wall no ya paper. Some who said the omo bubu nose no. Ewo pyramids no. Sisi AI adaroma. Sisi omo yi sphinx ni ti no di alien ti esiso. Won baby aye won. Lie ni Africa is watching you. They are not going to complain. Say who you obi a opese hu bibi a wo were ho. De ye say ye free we ye say slavery afi wa to kwan na Zanzibar. Na wo kodu wo na hu island na wo check owners no. Na workers be before na wo hu de wo omo address a. Na wo koda wo dem a na wadwi. They began a whitewashing of everything. So that when you ba wo so po a the same thing no mo ye. Someone Say nkrofo starting and a herb way say yare to wadwin herb na uhuni na it's not the herb we know. If you go and drink you will die. Don't let anybody tell you say the aduane na ye de chinim add supplement to it. De ye hunu nyina enye de yinimri biom. Unjimi ndia na meka no no abode na bum na hwe samba na ewu wom no mokokora na maka sisi a kire kontom recent I mean the deep I am a farmer. So I know what I'm talking about. Bibia say. So don't let anybody deceive you by telling you say konia de ben wani you will die. Be cautious. I catch you. So, with a new kingdom of Abrofo established within the culture and wealth of the melanated Moors and Tartarians, there is a need to cleanse the blackness and whitewash it. They need to clean everything about you. They did everything. Then they started getting into your bloodline, getting into your system, getting into your body. Omwaba masisi, omwaba bedu nduro omodema wonum. Bedu ani na omwasasana. Aba bedu sesisi ekurade. Mosquito ne nyame abono oka wonu. Omwabre o mosquito fufuro. Okawa mendi meat. No, onyam meat, artificial meat. Abre wa ma ware. Or stop you from eating your natural meat. Now abre o mosquito. Na Cecilia da pa bi ebisisi ni tiri hu say rig no de nam obi aso nya ne hwe it is only in Ghana na asem spy ye na yete hu egu eyi so ayetim nti nkrofo we decided to wash everything out so you don't have no traces but omo yes ade we nu e den no bibini ye eno na mepese ye na ye hwe e keep building on us we keep decreasing adjusting to their wealth. A lost generation indeed. And when you are talking about this, asama making, sabe. We are dre kurana wo nipa tuntumoja wo mu a. Enye me na nka me nyame. Ame na wo kasa. Ye den am be devil wa ha. Jesus is the light. Ofui dumokani ane hwe se Jesus be ma wa hu phone ba bi eda. Otumi charge phone kura. This is why most monuments and ancient castles are painted white. They are whitewashing everything. So okay, I na no mu painti omo dan color be honest. Ukurom wa wanya 60 ikon. Ukurom na mfi ukurom dan enye yokwa na omo de ye ho. The white came by the white skeleton on the attacker's neck, which they used in their first emblem. That is your ancestors' bones. So they adopted all the clean badges and titles of the Moors and Tartarians. They basically hijacked their royalty and way of life. They removed black hairs on crest and replaced them with their own. The Iron Lands became Ireland. The land of the scorching people became Scotland. Oh my God. Morocco, which was small land, occupied what is now Italy, Spain, Mexico, and mainland Europe. This is how these people changed everything about you, Obibini. The whitewash entered everywhere, from technology to names, books, medicine, and everything. Your culture. Listen to me. Nobody is mad or poor here. And yet, say, I've not been paid to do this. And we are not frustrated. But it is frustrating to see kings and queens turn into dogs. Because the Bible has said it clearly. I say, you gave that chance. And you worship such a thing. You worship such a thing and pray and preach such a thing too. Na se wunuya eye beyifo no de aye wo a wo ye de hye na wasi fom. No wo aye wo akowa kora se ye fie ni mu na wani abiri se wo bekunu. Na ohokwo a obeto wasa wuti asase so millions of years. No de 600 years aba besesa wo bi asesa wo kasa. Eno de wo ye cool with it. Woe unto you. Anio se minim diaba na kama kasa nyame betua wo papa nyame benya. And then I mean to mention, Yami Otuaka no Kunipa, they say, I will create an ega. I know, And I'm trying to say that let's wake up. Let's try and do something. We can do it. We can do it. Let's start so we can get somewhere. Let's focus on it so we can get somewhere. I want to show myself. And you know, white was not only about color. It was about deception and making something represent that for which it was originally not meant. White is deceptive. You can bleach anything and turn it into white. That is what these people did to you and I. But which color do we love the most? We enjoy our comfort zone. Comfort has got nothing to do with freedom. Until forget it. For example, they changed all mystery teachings into religion. And then I cancerous. They change contact with your divine ancestors from the marine and the underworld to the heavens above. Baby, I wish you know. Way heaven high white. Ono akasakura or say yen sending fire fan bopum. Near Fabin Kumbo River, the Pumuna Yediani, Bibia. Sa Bibia, ma Obibini. Obibini say, yes, Amasa, we love you, God. I love you, Lord. Do you have any baby? I didn't be Bibia, my penis. You don't have my permission to speak on my behalf. My penis. They change almost everything. Wash. They bleached. My yanka sakura started saying you bleach your home. Instead of you exploring the ocean and deep earth for your answers, they let you look up where your ancestors are not. Uni antabany into kosoro akoyeden. Ada na wonhwe fom. Na anye yie kura na wo yeso, wo de wonnim hwe kura wo na na wu yamfa na anhwe fom. Nti wo kwa ankoto no ho. Wo de ma obi bia anye wei. Adwene te say. Ade ekosoro bia ewu ebewie fom. But ade ewura fom bia fifi foforo. Na o se hwe soro. Na we no aka to say ukonanti gold so heavy. Na gold no so wa ha. Deception all over. They sit on your ancestors, the ones, and wealth, and call you animal, Ojan. And you are happy. Mini Ojan Shefupano. Mini Minjain so ni. Mamma need you more pepper. Mammy, a presby as a penny. We will join. Namen count. They sit on your the will join. They even changed the Tartarian concept of helping into slavery. Instead of people helping, they turned that into forced slavery. Now, yeah, what your math laws were. You should not kill. No, more better than it. Thou shalt not. Say shall dear, and your will. This child dear, you wait to me, and I'm a boy. And we are here blabbing about seeing heaven. Someone may ask, but why all this, Mammy Grace? Ain't you a dear? Into who are some car? I want us to look at some things very intriguing. I say, you maybe a yard reho. I mean, him said, I will be drink. Say, I mean, and them, couldn't we form their own kingdom for them? Pamucho, away a question. Couldn't we have helped them so we all could grow together? Aden ye ma omon yo omode yenso ye de ni nyina ye together. Baby sa wo sa question we. The answer is in Genesis chapter 4. And this is where I want to break some things down to you that will enter your bones. Na se wusu a we suyi se wo ye bibini na dwen sakra bi wo ho a watimi asesa wadwen. But to me read Genesis chapter 4 ato ho. Let's continue this next week. Na asem sebe obibini ho omobododo. Read Genesis chapter 4. Anyame adoma ai ye beto was. Hey obibini. We wasi why?